number 8 is a bag contains 36 balls. There are n red balls in the bag. The rest of the balls, they are green. Total 36 balls are there. If n are red, green will be 36 minus n. Esther takes 2 balls from the bag at random without replacement. Complete the diagram. There are n red and 36 minus n green. So if the first chosen was green, red balls will be same and the total will be reduced by 1 and denominator 35, but 1 green is taken away. So it will be 36 minus n minus 1, which will be 35 minus n, because this is without replacement. Without replacement, if we have same, just for example here, this is green and green, subtract 1 from numerator as well as from denominator. 36 minus n minus 1 from the numerator as well as from the denominator for this. And if they are different, n as it is, 1 will be deducted only from the denominator. We write an expression in terms of n for the probability that Esther's first ball is red and her second ball is green. First ball is red and the second ball is green, means n over 36 times, along the branches we multiply 36 minus n over 35. So that will be 36n minus n square over 36 multiplied by 35 is 1260. C part is the probability that Esther's first ball is red and her second ball is green is 1 over 7. It means 36 n minus n square over 1260 is equal to 1 over 7. We will cross multiply and that will become 7 into 36n minus n square is equal to 1260. So that will be minus 7n square plus 36 times 7 is 252 plus 252 and minus 1260 is equal to 0. So if we divide this by minus 7, that will become n square, as we are dividing the whole equation by minus 7. So there will be negative sign, and 252 divided by 7 is 36 minus 36n, and then 1260 divided by 7 gives us 180. Minus minus plus plus 180 is equal to 0. Hence shown. Then solve the equation n square minus 36n plus 180 is equal to 0. Show your working. Here we can do the midterm breaking as well as we can use the quadratic formula. If we multiply, we must have 180 and adding must give us 36. 180, 18 times 10, 18 plus 10 is not. 2 9s are, 2 5s are. 2 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 5. 6 5s are 30 plus 6. And 2 minus 6 and minus 30n plus 180 is equal to 0 and will be taken as common, and minus 6 minus 30 and minus 6 is equal to 0. N minus 6 into n minus 30 is equal to 0, means n is 6 or n is 30. There are more green balls than red balls in the bag. Find the probability that Esther takes two green balls. Give your answers as a fraction in the lowest terms. Now, if I take n6, total number of balls 35. So there are more green balls. Red n and green 36 minus n. So if we take the value of n6, 6, then green will be 30. So that suits us because if we take red as 30, the green will be 6, and in the question it is given that more green balls than red balls. So this combination is correct. It means there would be 30 green balls, and find the probability that Nestor takes two green balls. So two green balls mean first 30 over 36 times 29 over 35. By using the calculator, 30 over 36 multiplied by 29 over 35. That is 29 over 42. So there are more green balls than red balls. So here you have to make the decision how many red will be there using these two answers for n. 1 mark for that, 1 mark for 30 over 36 times 29 over 35, and 1 mark for simplifying and making it 29 over 42. Question number 9. H is the point 52 and J is the point minus 36. Coordinates of the points H and J are given. The first part of part A is to find the vector Hj. Express Hg in terms of its position vectors. A given vector in terms of its position vector, we use origin O of the last one J, Oj minus OH. This is the rule. You have to express a vector in terms of its position vectors. What is the position vector? Position vector हमेशा point का होता है. What is the position vector of a point? We join point to the origin. Starting from the origin to that point, that vector is the position vector. The position vector of J will be written as Oj, and we will write the coordinates as a column vector. Whenever we have to express a vector in terms of its position vectors, O with the last point minus O with the starting point. So vector AB expressed in terms of its position vectors OB minus OA. So here HJ will be OJ minus OH. How to express a point as position vector is OH will be simply write coordinates in column vector form, a matrix of order 2 by 1. So OJ is minus 3, 6. OH is 5, 2. So minus 3 minus 5 will be minus 8. 6 minus 2 is 4. The next part is calculate the magnitude of Hj. To find the magnitude, we can write this as simply Hj or the vector Hj enclosed by two straight lines. So that is, we take x square plus y square and then square root. Means if there is a vector xy written in the form of a column vector, its magnitude will be, magnitude is basically the length of that vector, and that will be x square plus y square and square root. Hence it will be minus 8 square is 64 plus 4 square is 16. That gives us 80. Square root of 80. It is paper 2, so you have to give the answer, and the answer will be 8.9442719. So give answer correct to 3 significant figures at least, but show your answer more than 3 significant figures during the working. Third part is M is the midpoint of Hj. Find the position vector of M. First, we need to find M as it is the midpoint of Hj. The point is 5, 2. So M, which is the midpoint, you know how to find midpoint. X1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. So here M will be 5 minus 3 over 2. 5 plus minus 3 is 5 minus 3, comma, 2 plus 6 over 2. So that M will be 1, 4. How to express a point as its position vector? So very simple. Write the coordinates of the point. OM will be 1, 4. Write the coordinates of the point as column vector. Part B of question number 9 is the diagram shows a shape made up of 7 identical equilateral triangles. The vector OA is B, also labeled in the diagram. OF is equal to Q. Now, the first thing before starting this question, I want to discuss the 6 out of these 7 triangles. They will form a regular hexagon. A, B, C, E, F, O, or you can call it O, A, B, C, E, F. This will be a regular hexagon or 7 identical equilateral triangles, saying 7 identical equilateral triangles. That gives you a full package of many understood given things. In case of regular hexagon and with reference to vectors, let's identify the equal vectors. You must have this in your mind. OA is P, so will be GB, the vector GB, that will be P. FG will be P. EC, that will be P. They will be equal vectors. Equal, when we say equal vectors, means they will be equal in length as well as they will be equal in direction. Equal in direction, or you can say these lines, they are parallel, having the same length. Same way for Q, which is OF. OF and AG, that will also be Q. GE will be Q. BC, that will be Q. Even CD, that will be Q as well, because they will be equal and parallel. If you remember parallelogram law, here OG, the vector OG will be OF plus FG. OF plus FG. So that will be equal to P plus Q. So OG will be P plus Q head to tail rule or graphical method of vector addition. OG will be OF plus FG. And same will be FE. Same will be ED. Same will be GC. And same will be AB. So these properties will help you a lot. You can see here ABGO as a rhombus, ABCG as a rhombus, OGEF as a rhombus, GCDE as a rhombus, ABDE as a parallelogram, so on. First part of the question is express as simply as possible in terms of P and or Q, the vector FB. In terms of P and or Q, it means your answer can has only P or only Q or the both P and Q whenever you will express FB or any of the following vectors FB or FE. They can have only P or only Q, or even it can have P and Q both. No, FB. FB, here you can see FB is FG plus GB, so it will be 2P. And then FE, again FE we have discussed here, that is P plus Q. If you know all these properties, things will become much easier for you. For the second part, I have taken blank diagram. X is a point on FB and Fx ratio XB is 3:1. Express OX as simply as possible in terms of P and Q. OX we have to find, and given is Fx ratio XB is 3:1. X is on FB. 3:1 means if I divide FB into 4 parts. Dividing 4 parts means both FG and GB will be halved. So X will be here. Because Fx is 3 part and Xb should be 1 part. It should be in the ratio 3:1. And we have to express OX in terms of P and or Q. As we have discussed in the first part, Fg or Gb each will be equal to P. Gb will be P, Gx will be half P, Ox will be Og plus Gx. Here you can see the first vector OG starts from O and ends at G. Second vector starts from G and ends at X. So the resultant will be OX. So OG is, we can see here, FG is P as well as OF plus FG will be, or FE, we have got FEP plus Q. So this will be P plus Q. We have already discussed this one in the first part. P plus Q, OG is P plus Q, and Gx is half of P. So P plus half P is 3 over 2P plus Q. So 3 over 2P plus Q will be OX in terms of P and Q and in simplified form. Part 3 is y is a point on BD. The first thing given is y is on BD. Quadrilateral OXYF is a trapezium. Whenever such a statement is given, that is a hint towards that we will be dealing with parallel vectors. You know, trapezium is a quadrilateral in which there is one pair of parallel lines. So we are dealing with parallel lines in this case. The question is express xy as simply as possible in terms of P and or Q. The point y is on BD. So here the point y is on BD on this line, and the trapezium, the name of trapezium is OXYF. So that was X, OX, Y, and then F. It means Y will be on CD, on the line segment CD. It should be parallel to OX. This is the only way we can have. Otherwise, y taking on BD, xy cannot be parallel to OF. This is the quadrilateral we are talking about. This would be the trapezium. We have to express xy in terms of P and or Q. So we need Fy. OX already we have calculated. OX and Fy are parallel. If they are parallel, then we can state that OX, that is parallel to Fy. So in other words, we can say OX is K times Fy. And Fy will be equal to Fd plus dy. Fy, that will be equal to Fd. We have already got Fe in part 1, which is P plus Q. We have discussed this in detail. Fd will be twice of Fe, so that will be 2P plus 2Q. What you can see here is DC is minus Q, because this is parallel to FO and opposite in the direction and equal in length. So DC is minus Q, and as dy is parallel to DC, so I can write dy is equal to, I will not say K times DC because K already we have used. So I can say M times DC, and DC is minus Q. So dy will be equal to minus MQ. So here we will have minus dy minus mq. So Fy is equal to 2p plus 2 minus mq. 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 So Fy is equal to here. Ox we have 3 over 2 p plus q. That is k times Fy, and Fy we have just calculated 2p plus 2p plus 2 minus mq. So that will make the situation 3 over 2p plus q, that should be equal to 2kp plus k times 2 minus mq. If they are equal vectors, then the first term should be equal to first term, means the p term should be equal to p term. We can deduce from this 2k, that is equal to 3 over 2. The coefficient of p and the coefficient of this p, as they are equal, they will be equal, and k 2 minus m, that should be equal to 1, because the coefficient of this here q is 1, and here coefficient of q is k times 2 minus m. So this will be equal to this one, and this will be equal. So we get two equations. That is how the parallel lines helps us. So here k will become 3 over 4, and 2 minus m, that will be equal to the times k. We have 3 over 4, that is equal to 1. 2 minus m is equal to 4 over 3, that will give us m is equal to 2 minus 4 over 3. So m is equal to 2 by 3. As Ox is equal to k times Fy, k we have got 3 over 4, 3 over 4 Fy. So in other words, Fy will be 4 over 3 Ox. Or you can say 4 over 3. Ox is 3 over 2p plus q. So opening the bracket, 4 over 3 times 3 over 2 is 2p, because this is 12 over 6, 2p plus 4 over 3q. Now xy. Xy is this vector. Xy will be xo plus of plus fy. Xy will be xo plus of plus fy. Xo, negative of ox, which will become minus 3 over 2p minus q. Of is plus q. Let me see again, check it. Of is q, and fy is 2p plus 4 over 3q. Simplifying, plus q minus q, that will be cancelled. We will be left with 2p minus 3 over 2p plus 4 over 3q. So 2 minus 3 over 2, 1 over 2p p plus 4 over 3q. That will be xy. Question 10, f of x is equal to 3 minus 2x over 5. G of x, x minus 7 over 4, two functions are given. We have to find f of minus 4. f of minus 4 का मतलब क्या होता है कि f of minus 4 means this is the name of function, कि जो f वाला फंक्शन है उसके अंदर आपने x की वैल्यू -4 पुट करके आंसर निकालना है. You have to substitute the value of x is equal to -4 in f function. 3 minus 2 times -4 over 5. ये आपके पास f of -4 होगा. As f of -4 means whatever f of x is, in that you substitute the value of x is equal to -4. And that is 3 plus 8 over 5, 11 over 5. So answer will be 11 over 5, or you can write it 2.2. Second is find f inverse x. F inverse x के लिए there are 3 steps. The first step is put the function equal to y, means y is equal to 3 minus 2x is equal over 5. So the first step is put the function equal to y. The second step is make x the subject. तो आपके पास हो जाएगा 5y is equal to 3 minus 2x. So that will become 2x is equal to 3 minus 5y. और अब आपके पास x will be equal to 3 minus 5y over 2. So the second step is make x the subject. अब ये जो आपके पास x subject बनने के बाद whatever expression you have, that is the inverse with one change, कि जहां पे आपके पास y होगा उसकी जगह पे x लिख देना है. यानी फाइनली आपका आंसर क्या होगा, f इनवर्स x क्या होगा, 3 minus 5x over 2. You have to replace wherever the y is in the expression, you do making the subject x के बाद जो expression आपके पास आता है, x is equal to whatever, in that replace y by x wherever it is. तो ये आपके पास ये होगा. इसके लास्ट वाला स्टेप लिखने की जरूरत नहीं, आप डायरेक्टली यहाँ पे 3 minus 5x over 2 भी लिख सकते हैं. और लास्ट पार्ट सी पार्ट में लास्ट ही है जी. लास्ट पार्ट इज कि g of p. What is g of p? Again हमारे पास g of p क्या है, g of x क्या है, g of x is x minus 7 over 4 जी, x minus 7 over 4. तो g of p क्या होगा, तो g of p का मतलब क्या है कि x की जगह पे p लिख देंगे. x is equal to, इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि x is equal to p in the function g. तो ये आपके पास आ गया p minus 7 over 4. तो वो कह रहा है कि दैट इज इक्वल टू एफ ऑफ, अभी हमें क्या कह रहा है कि एफ ऑफ p plus 1. तो f क्या हमारे पास, f है 3 minus 2x over 5. तो ये हमारे पास f of p plus 1 क्या है, इसका मतलब क्या है कि x is equal to p plus 1 in f करना है हमने. तो वो क्या होगा हमारे पास, दैट विल बिकम 3 minus 2 और ब्रैकेट में आ जाएगा p plus 1, यानी x की वैल्यू जो होगी वो आपके पास p plus 1 हो जाएगी over 5, and that is 3 minus 2p minus 2 over 5. तो ये आपके पास आ जाएगा 1 minus 2p over 5. In the question it is given that g of p, अब g of p हमारे पास ये आ गया कि g of p that is equal to f of p plus 1. तो g of p क्या हो गया, ये हमारे पास g of p है, यानी x, सॉरी ये नहीं है, I'm sorry, जी ऑफ पी हमारे पास ये है, दिस इज जी ऑफ पी। तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास क्या आ जाएगा, p -7/4 एंड दैट इज इक्वल टू f ऑफ p प्लस 1। f ऑफ p प्लस 1 कौन सा है, वो हमारे पास अभी हमने निकाला था ये वाला। तो यहाँ पे इधर वो आ जाएगा, दैट विल बी 1 - 2p/5। वी विल क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई, तो ये आ गया प्लस 5 टाइम्स p -7 is equal to 4 times 1 - 2p। We have got a linear equation in terms of p। उसको सॉल्व कर लेंगे तो आपके पास आ जाएगा 5p -35 is equal to 4 - 8p। तो ये हमारे पास आ गया 5p plus 8p is equal to 4 plus 35, that is 13p is equal to 39. So p is equal to 39 over 13, 13 3s are 39। तो आपके पास आंसर क्या आ गया, p is equal to 3 आंसर आ गया आपके पास।